Walking down this road tonight, talking about the things we fight. Addiction knocking at my door. E&T wants so much more. We walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Gurl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, together we'll move along. Searching for a brighter day, holding tight along the way. Sobriety is decline, E&T winning every time. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Gurl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, E&T bringing all of you along. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Gurl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, we bringing all of you along. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Gurl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, we bringing all of you along. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Gurl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, we bringing all of you along. Walking down this road tonight, talking about the things we fight. Addiction knocking at my door. E&T wants so much more. We walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Gurl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, together we'll move along. Searching for a brighter day, holding tight along the way. Sobriety is decline, E&T winning every time. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Gurl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, we bringing all of you along. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Gurl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, we bringing all of you along. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Gurl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, we bringing all of you along. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Gurl girl talk.
Do you hear me
On the
now?
path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm. Keep bringing all of you along.
Hey guys, we're live. I hope you can see us. There is, hi Donna.
Hi.
Say hello. Okay. Well, we've got us both in the studio, so we're still learning a few things. Steve had it set up so that it could split screen, but the split screen is not working. So I'm going to keep working on it while we're doing our show, and hopefully I can get it to work because I don't understand why it's not working. So we'll see. We'll try to figure it out. It's supposed to just because she's not in her studio and we're in this studio, then we have a split screen that we set up in the device here, and it's just going to a black screen instead. So I don't, yep, see, it's just going to a black screen. So that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay. We're learn and grow. Work around it.
Yeah, exactly. We're just going to learn and grow. So we will just cut between the two of us. So this is our debut of our show, Gurl TauX, and we're going to just go on and talk about like why we're doing this, what our stories are. We're not going to go into a big detail of our stories. We're just going to kind of tell, why we started this show. And over time, we will go into all of our stories and all the things that we have dealt with or what has brought us to this point in our lives. And talk about wins and losses and good things and bad things, all things good, all things bad, that kind of stuff. So, Donna, why are you here? Why do you want to do this show?
Oh man, there's a million reasons why, but there's one priority and one goal, and that is to be able to
talk into the mic.
Thank you very
Move
much.
it to you. There you go.
Okay. Learn and grow. What brings me here is the pain that I took to turn it into my passion, and if I'm able to help other people that may be going through the similar situation. That is what I long to do. We have a mutual friend that is going through some hard times, and Tori and I, we've known each other since high school as well. She's also from Tahoe. And so we have a mutual friend that's kind of going through some things, and not knowing how to conquer it, we decided to try to figure things out and navigate it as best as we can. And so support is very, very important, no matter where you are at in your life, whether you are dealing with an addiction or have any kind of substance abuse problems, or perhaps you're a loved one and you're going through the same thing that we are. I think I have a little bit more of an advantage. Well, hello, I have a little visitor here. This is Jethro. Hi, Jethro. How are you? Oh, yes. Oh, you want to play? No, it's not playtime right now, honey. It's not playtime, but go, be gone. Anyways, oh, there we go. Oh, get your butt out of my face. You're so sad. Okay, come on, get down. Get down. Oh, look at you, you ham hog, you. Go, come on, get down. There we go. Go play. Anyways, what I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted was that I feel that the experiences that I can share, I come from a couple of different angles. I come from being the person who's trying to be saved, to someone who became saved, and to someone who's trying to save others. So it is with that passion that we're starting this out. And there might be maybe another person that we have in our lives that don't recognize that they're going through something similar and they need some support. And that's what we want to be here for, is to not only support and uplift each other, but to help those who may be in need too. You know, we're not professionals by any means, but we have the experience and hopefully the wisdom to help others deal with their pain. And also take suggestions and find advice. If you've got something that you would love to share, we would love to hear from it. Or hear from you, rather. Sorry, I'm waiting for my coffee to kick in. I'm still on the little jet lag thing. But I'm here in Alabama at the main studio, and it is so beautiful here, Tori. And I just want to say thank you so much for opening up your home, because
Of course.
It's a whole different way of living from California to Alabama, I'll tell you.
It is absolutely different here. It took me a little time to get used to it here, but man, I absolutely love it here in Alabama. It could not be a cooler place to live.
Would you tend to say you regret nothing but not making a choice to move here sooner?
Oh, I wish I'd lived here my whole life.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I love being from California, and I love being a Californian. I am true heart to heart. I think I take back on that. I'm proud to be from California.
Because you survived.
Old California.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be from Northern California, because we're from Jefferson, as they call it. We're from Northern California, and it's different than the Southern California that a lot of people hear about. With my exchange students here, it definitely gives you some information worldwide, because one's from Germany, one's from Denmark. Of course, they're not the only kids, and they're not the only people from other places. Mm-hmm. But it's like when you're from California, you hear the South, all you think are a bunch of redneck, hillbilly, crawfish and big trucks and attitudes, you know, and dirty. And uneducated, the stereotypical thing that has been kind of pushed out there, and it's not like that at all. And then when you hear of California, you think LA and Disneyland. Yeah. You know, and when you're from somewhere else. When they think of the U.S., they think of New York and LA. They don't think about that there's things in between, and that California is such a big state. I mean, California is as big as most of Europe. So, you know, when I told them how long it gets to go from one part of the state to the other, they're like, that's like you could go from most of Europe to all the countries before you take that long to get across California. So
that's quite a distance.
Yeah,
this
and
is the furthest that I've ever traveled, other than from when I was in the military. You know, my dad.
Yeah.
Living from Texas to Alaska, but this is the furthest I ever traveled, and let me tell you, that jet lag.
Yeah.
My butt. I thought I could be a warrior, but no.
Sometimes it's easier, and I mean, it depends on how much you travel too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be a bit much, especially for somebody who hasn't done it before. So Donna pretty much hit on why she's doing this, but it really is ditto for me. I'm doing this for myself, of course. We're both doing it for ourselves. Self-improvement, turn our pain into passion. And, we have a mutual friend that we're working with or dealing with or trying to help or hoping or praying. Day to day it changes. But there are a lot of other people out there that suffer from mental illness or addiction, and some who are in sobriety, but sobriety is a day-to-day task, not a day-to-day endeavor, a day-to-day. I guess it depends on the day, because some days it might be harder, some days it might be a task, some days it's just.
Yeah, but it only takes that one day. That one day.
Yeah. So you still have to take it day to day, Yeah. But for that purpose, that's why I'm here. And besides that, we found one way of dealing with what we've been going through together. We found the humor in it, even though some people may. So disclaimer, any of our sarcastic jokes or comments or things are not an attack at anybody. They are literally how we have coped. So we have used our humor as a means to cope with the trauma and pain that we're dealing with. But I guess it's just like sobriety. This show is going to be a day to day. What one day we might have a really funny show, and the next day it might be really serious and a bunch of crying. Yeah, exactly. So we don't know what each day will bring, but what we're going to try to bring is authenticity and raw. And if I have a box of tissues on the desk for this purpose, just in case I need to cry. We need to have them handy, because it's not always going to be laughs and jokes. Sometimes it's going to be a little touchy under the skin. So bring your thick skin with you when you come to our show, because we're also not going to necessarily be politically correct. We're not going to be on our toes. We're not going to be scripted. We're going to be raw, and we're going to be honest and vulnerable. And if we can't bring it authentically, I don't want to do the same thing as everyone else does with some kind of script, and this is what you should say, and this is what you have to say.
Best.
Yeah. I like the organicness of it. Mm-hmm. So, and today is, what's today?
Today is Free Slurpee Day at 7-Eleven. But they're getting a little bit less giving on 7-Eleven. They used to have a regular size, and now
it's
cups.
Like a sample.
And I want to say that maybe, I think it was 2 years ago, it was bring your own cup. I think my son had one of those gigantic, like 32, I'm going to say 32 gallon, like gigantic jugs.
Oh, I remember those big jugs.
Yeah. Well, the neighborhood that we used to live in had a 7-Eleven, and we knew the owners. I guess they were the owners really well, and they were always very generous with the kids. Always gave them free Slurpees.
Yeah. Things have changed a lot, especially since COVID. I mean, things have changed an awful lot. Jethro, would you leave her alone? Sorry, that's my dog. I opened the door to run upstairs and grab something. And hey, can you do me a favor? His collar's unhooked. Can you hook it back up? How did you unhook your collar?
Come here.
But we went swimming last night in the pool, and Charlotte, my black lab, she loves swimming. That's her favorite thing in the earth. And speaking of sobriety, and she is not sober, our dog, she is still an addict.
She just wants some loving. I said he.
No, I meant Charlotte. Her addiction
Oh.
is the pool and swimming because she gets crazy. She gets crazy eyes and crazy. I want to be in the pool, and you better throw a toy for me. And yeah, she gets a little crazy. And Jethro, of course, over there, he's the loving. Crazy boy. He wants affection. So, and he loves Donna. Oh my gosh, he absolutely loves Donna.
Just have that effect on poopies.
Ever since she got here,
Oh, well, don't look at me.
he's like, rub my butt.
He's a butt boy.
He is a butt boy. He wants you to rub his butt all the time. You want to be on the show? Is that
There are
what you're
many
doing?
things that I will do, and rubbing your butt will be one of them. Now go.
Get down.
What? What, did I forget a sign?
Yeah. He's so funny. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. All right.
He's telling Charlotte, he's like, look, now your turn. What do you want to
Come
get
on,
from her?
come on.
She's easy. Get over here.
Okay, I'm gonna let Donna talk for a second while I get them settled down.
But they're just
Donna,
so
what else is today?
Well, today kind of is a big deal.
Yeah, what is today to you?
Today marks my second year of sobriety. Yep.
Yay!
My second year. Thank you. Yeah. The longest that I had ever gone was a year, and it was literally the year to the day when I lost my 1 year. But this time my sobriety is here because I worked for it. I deserve it. And I'm hungry for it. They'll be okay.
He wants to be by
It's
you.
okay. It's okay. Sit down. So yes, 1 year, 367 days. I don't know. I have a counter on my phone, but I didn't bring my phone with me. So, yeah. So, yep, they're here. They're just so stinking cute. So, anyways, my addiction was alcohol. And it happened, well, I want to say 2010 is when I started to drink. And it wasn't excessive. I was never really a drinker. I was more of a social, when we go out, drink. But there was a time after I had a procedure done, I went to a Halloween party. And at this Halloween party, my friend and I, we stopped and bought a gift for the host and took it and put it on the table. And that gift, it was a bottle of vanilla vodka and vanilla Coke. So we took it to the party, and when the party was over, I saw that nobody opened it up, and I said, I'm going to take that home. So I threw it in the bag that I had brought to me with the party for Halloween, and it sat in my closet for probably about 8 months. So often when I refer to myself as being a closet drinker, I literally was a closet drinker. So one day I was cleaning out my closet, and I came across that bottle, and I opened it up, and that was my first sip. And it got me to where I'm at here today. And I went through a lot to get here. But I'm very proud of the work that I've overcome. And it's a long story, and I don't want to divulge all of it right now. But that's where it started. Yep. Alcohol was not my friend.
Well, I think we all start somewhere with different things that we deal with, and how we get there is one way, but how we get out of it is everybody's story is also just as different. Mm-hmm. You know, some people's bottom was near death. Some people's bottom is just finally a big wake-up call. I think everybody has a different way of finding that thing that makes them go, okay, I have to change what I'm doing or how I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And I know you found that, and that's a beautiful thing. So next to you is a little something for your day. If you want to open it, you can.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Looky. Okay. A little butterfly box.
So that is a really cool necklace. You put your scent on the balls and put it inside.
Put my scent on the balls.
Yeah, you put your scent on the balls.
Okay. Does it matter which color?
It doesn't matter which color balls. You can have blue balls or white balls or brown balls.
Well, if you got some brown balls, you might want to get that checked. Oh wait, we're talking about this. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
You put your scent on them, and then you put it in the holder, and it's a necklace, and it'll carry your scent around with you.
So when you
all
say
day.
your scent, like the perfume that
Yeah,
I wear?
a perfume you wanna
okay.
wear,
So I'm
or-
wondering, do I roll it
Or you roll it under your armpits, and yeah, if that's the scent you want to put out.
We were talking about.
It depends. Are you rolling
me.
it under the armpits before or after deodorant?
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
If it's before deodorant, I hope you're not trying to attract a man that way. But if it's after deodorant, it might smell good. Who knows? It depends on your brand, I guess.
Let's see. What? Well, hello, little lady. Look at this. Oh, shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug.
Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Oh. There we go.
Yep.
2 simple steps on how to find. Go to Amazon. Well, no. You need to go to Gurl TauX so you can order these beautiful mugs. And look at the details of this. This is really, really cool. The inside is pink.
Yes. Our 2 signature colors of pink and purple for Gurl TauX.
Well, lovely.
So that
You talking to me?
that you talking to me, that I think maybe I'll go into a little bit of why we decided on the name that we decided.
You talk about it, girl.
You talks about it. So one of the things that as you see on a lot of our stuff, it says DT TauX, because obviously there's D and this is the T. And so we were going to do the show as DT TauX. And like anything out there, you want to kind of get your branding and that kind of thing. And we couldn't secure a website that says DT TauX, detox, because I guess somebody came up with the idea, and that's why we thought it was pretty catchy, because DT TauX, but if you put it together really quick, it looks like detox. And so it was kind of a play on words, and so we didn't like the fact we couldn't secure a website for it. We'd have to have something else in between, and we didn't want that. And I have for many, many, many years, I've done anything I do that's related to Gurl. I use GURL to enunciate the girl instead of girl. And so I said, well, what about Gurl TauX? And the reason for the TauX, TAUX, is because it enunciates it like talks. We're going to talks about. We're going to talks about it. And then of course our little slogan there is, she's like, yeah, we walk the walk, we talk the talk. Come and join us on Gurl Talk. So that's kind of how it started and how it got stuck that way. And it's just Kirk says, proud of you, Squirt. Keep on the same track.
Aww. Dad, thank you. You're our first.
You're our first chat. Well, this is our debut show, so there's going to be many, many, many more to come, and we have a lot of other things that are going to happen along with this. But we're just getting started. So once we get more people watching and more people involved, then it's going to turn into something. I think it's going to turn into something pretty good because it came about authentically, and it came about pure.
Yeah.
Like we didn't do it to be ostentatious, I guess is the word to use if it's appropriate. We didn't do it for those purposes. We did it for an authentic reason, and through this journey that we have been on with our friend, we have gone through, I think, every gamut of emotion.
Yeah.
The anger, the crying, the fear, and we're still in a lot of those things. And we keep trying to remind ourselves that, hope is always there. I will always have hope, and I'll always be in her corner, even though we've kind of had to step out away from her because it's so toxic at this point. But a lot of the ways that we dealt with it was cracking jokes with each other to get through it, and we are very well aware of what happens when you're going through those things. So, hurt people. So the comments that have come through to us some of them have been very hurtful and very mean. And of course, we want to respond. You want to respond, but you know that they're looking for that response. They're looking for a reaction, engagement of some sort. The negative or positive attention is still attention. So what Donna and I do most of the time is, I wouldn't say most of the time, all the time now, when we get a message or get something, we just text each other what we want to say. And some of it has been really cruel back, like how I really feel at that moment. It's not necessarily how I feel deep down, but it's how I feel at that moment. So over time, one of the things that we're going to do is we are going to share text messages, either to each other or that we've received or things like that. But a little disclaimer is we are not going to use her real name, and family members as well. We're not going to use their real names. If anybody does come on the show that wants to have their real name, like Donna is Donna. That's not a fake name. It's not something made up, and those that know Donna know that's Donna, and I'm Tori, and that's me. And other than Victoria, that a lot of people know me as Victoria, but that's my name, and we're not hiding our identities or who we are. And if you know who we're talking about and you know who we're dealing with, please don't, splash them out there, because we're not doing this to hurt someone else. We're not doing this to get at someone else. And, the family deserves their privacy. And because it is a hard thing. I'm a best friend, and I feel the embarrassment. I feel the fear. I feel the sadness. I feel all the different things, and I can't imagine what the family feels. So, we're going to do our best to, when it comes to politically correct, when I said earlier, we're not going to be politically correct in our speech, but the best we can do is we aren't going to do anything that would hurt her family, or really we're not trying to hurt her. So if some of the things that we say come across that way, it's just our dealing with our pain. It's not directed to hurt anyone in specifics, so to speak.
And then hopefully, whether it be 6 months from now or a year from now or 2 years from now, she can join us.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love to put her in the seat next to us and be able to look at what you've been through and where you've come, because look at what you've been through and where you've come.
Yeah.
You know, you lost a lot to get where you are today.
I did. It's the way it happened. I have to be okay with that.
And you've grown so much, though,
Oh,
also because of
without
it.
a doubt. I've learned so much about myself and self-love and self-worth, and sometimes people may understand that as being cocky, or it's not being cocky, and it's not being narcissistic when someone wants to practice self-love and understanding their worth much better.
Yeah.
I think as a woman and as a mom and as a partner, a wife, I think there's a period of our time where maybe we lose our identity of who we are as a person, because we're someone's mom, we're someone's friend, we're someone's wife, someone's daughter. We're always somebody else to another loved one in our life, but who are we? And I think that is what has happened to me, is I lost who I was. And so in my time frame of my sobriety, it's forced me to sit down and really evaluate and think of the things. And I totally believe that everything in our life is like an event. And each event becomes a lesson. And in that lesson in our lives, we learn these lessons by what happens to us in these events. I have a heavy breather here.
We do. I'm like, do you want to go outside?
Do you want to go outside?
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Okay. Well, while you're talking, I'm gonna let the dogs outside.
Okay, you had your one chance.
Yeah,
that was your
chance
one
to sit in
strike.
here.
We're a true strike rule.
You're just panting way too much. You can go outside.
And you're not even doing anything. You're just laying there.
You're
How
just
can
laying
you be
there.
so exhausted?
Why are you so hot?
So anyways, I do believe that these things, these events that happen to us are meant to teach us what our next chapter is in our life. And it took a couple of not so good events that happened to me that made me have to change the way I was living. And, okay, now she's going to take them outside. So, anyways, I'll be completely transparent. I have 4 DUIs. And the first DUI that I received was with my daughter. And she was 9 years old. And I made the worst mistake of my life by creating that memory for her. When I reflect on the damage that I caused my family, but where I'm at now, I hate to say I have no regrets. What I do regret is that it was at the expense of people who love me for me to get here. See, I believe that when a person is trying to become sober, that person needs to have to want it themselves, because there are no mountains that people can move that can do anything unless that person wants it for themselves. And it just took me a lot of destruction and damage along the way to get me where I am. And it's been quite a journey. And I'm still learning and growing, and I'll always be a work in progress. That's for sure. That's for sure. So, anyways.
Well, being a work in progress, I think we're all a work in progress, whether or not we're dealing with sobriety or addiction. You know, I've had my mental health issues. I think we've all had things that we deal with. So we're all a work in progress. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the things that people who are dealing with sobriety or addiction or something like that, that they have to realize that they're not alone. They are not going through this alone. but that they are also, there are so many different forms of it, and that you're not broken. You might have gotten broken because something broke you, or, I hate that term, that you're broken, because we're all broken.
I tend to say lost.
Yeah, there's
I just got
nobody
lost.
perfect. So if you're perfect, hats off to you, man, because I have never in my lifetime have I met a perfect person.
No.
Have I met people who think they're perfect? Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you can point out their flaws,
Good luck.
yeah, good luck with that.
Because you'll be wrong.
I mean, and like, look at a narcissistic person. A really
I've seen a lot of those lately.
a really narcissistic person, they have absolutely nothing wrong with them. They are perfect, and they're the smartest person in the room. They know everything. You know nothing. Mm-hmm. Even if it's about your own field. Like, you will have all the education and knowledge in your field, and you know what you're talking about in your field, and that person will act like they know more than you do. And it can be very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
And so when you run across that person who thinks they're perfect and that they have no problems, but yet the people around them are looking at them going, if you only knew what we're all thinking or we're all saying, because obviously you're not perfect, but those type of people are also somebody you can't really say much to. You just have to kind of go with it, because they don't respond well to criticism.
Be on your way.
Yeah. You go do you, boo. But there's a lot of brokenness, a lot of lost people. And I think today in our society, we also have to look at, there's a lot of things going on that are perpetuating some of these things. As they say in life, no matter what the economy is, alcohol sales will remain.
Oh.
Sex, drugs, and alcohol will still always be something people will scrape money down to get so that they can have it. Because those are three things that can numb whatever pain or whatever you're feeling or whatever you're going through. So people will find a way to get it, pay for it, or have it. So today's economy, the state of our country, the state of the world, the economy, all those factors are playing into these addictions. And therefore, people's sobrieties, because you can be really doing well in sobriety, and if all your money is gone and you're not providing the way you once used to because of our economy or whatever, it can drive you back to drinking. It can drive you back to drugs. It can drive you back to whatever addiction, or it can enhance whatever mental health issue you might be dealing with.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I don't have to worry about the whole drinking thing because I just have it. So it's the furthest thing from my mind is to even think about when that next sip will be.
That's a question I have because, excuse me, I hear a lot of people that say, I want to drink all day. Every day, I want to drink. I crave it. I want to drink so bad that I really have to work at not picking up that drink. How is that for you?
That is something, my alcoholism is not normal. And what I mean by that is because of having gastric bypass surgery, the effects of the alcohol was different on me. So it took less.
No, pause for 1 second. How long before you started that first drink in the closet was your bypass surgery?
A year and a half.
Okay.
So it was a year and a half after I had surgery that this is when it
Yeah,
started.
so that's not that long.
Right. But the thing is that after having this procedure done and the way that the alcohol affected me, the way it affected my body was completely different because it took less alcohol to get me drunk, but it took me more alcohol to keep me there.
Okay, so you had to drink it more frequently?
Yes, because
Was the quantity the same, or could you keep the quantity the same? You just had to drink it more frequently.
Girl, I did not measure. I didn't even use glasses.
Okay, you just sipped out of a
I
bottle.
just sipped out of the bottle. Too much evidence.
Now, did most of it stay in the closet? Like, did most of your drinking,
I probably got
sneak in and get a sip here and there?
Yeah, I probably but it gradually snuck up on me. It didn't start making me want to drink on a regular basis when I first took that sip. I probably maybe weeks or some weeks in between that I started to dabble with it, but it was gradual. Then it was at work.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I broke every rule. And I mean,
Now, did you consciously break those rules, or was it just you needed it?
I didn't give a shit.
You didn't give a shit. Yeah.
There's no other way. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because at that point in my life, I felt rules don't apply to me. Are you kidding?
I'm untouchable.
Well, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
And it's not how I felt with alcohol. I think that was my mindset at the time.
Yeah.
Nobody would suspect.
Yeah.
I'm always fun.
Yeah.
So why would anybody think I would be drinking? And I got away. I don't think anybody recognized me being a little different until probably well after a year.
Well, and when you started, though, we've had these discussions. So when you started, though, you really weren't a drinker at all.
Never. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
being that you didn't drink publicly, like you didn't sit around with a beer, you didn't sit around with the wine or vodka
drink
or whatever.
Early teens, high school, stupid drinking.
Right.
But I was pregnant when I was 21. I was pregnant when I was 30. So major milestone type things, didn't drink. And also, the father of my children, he and I, we were together for 28 years. He was a beer drinker, and I drank whatever. And when he and I drank together, we didn't mix well. So if there was ever a time when we did drink, I would have him. I was not the drinker, so tended to stay away from him while being under the influence.
So being that you weren't an actual drinker, like you didn't go to parties and party it up and be full of alcohol.
Nope.
So your fun personality stuff, people were used to just because you were a fun person and you acted fun. So you added the alcohol in, and they're just like, "Oh, that's just Donna." They didn't really put two and two together that, oh, that's Donna on alcohol, because you didn't drink. So them looking at you were like, well, she's not drinking because you didn't do it publicly. You did it secretively.
Yeah. Yeah, and my family was the one that started to kind of pick up on it first. Like, are you okay? Are you okay?
If you take this bar, the bar can go up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, I see right here.
Yeah, no, just push the bar up.
I'm good. I just don't touch.
We'll get your mic dialed in, and then you'll go home. And then we'll get your stuff dialed in back there too. So, yeah, it's one of those weird things with mics. The closer you are to the mic, the clearer it is. And
Do I sound that clear?
you sound good, but you kind of do the in and out with the volume.
I'm learning.
But that's it. It's a learning process. It's nothing to, I mean, again, back to the nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I forget to do things all the time, and I'm not good at anything. I get better at things. I'm not good at anything yet. I think when I've got it down, it's going to be time for me to go up there.
Oh, no, don't be thinking like that.
No, I think that's a positive way of thinking.
Okay.
It means that I'm always learning,
Good. Good.
and I'm always open to learning. I think when you get the arrogancy of I have it all, I know it all, I've got it all, I don't have any
That's when
more
you've
to
got
learn.
shit.
That's when you're either full of shit or it's time for you to
No.
kick the bucket. You know, I mean, if I'm
There's
not,
a difference between being confident and cocky.
yeah, there is a difference. But even when you're confident and you know you've got something down, there's always still more to learn.
Oh, exactly.
You know, there's never a time that you're not going to stop learning something. And I think, you know, at least for myself, when I find something that I've gotten really good at, I want to get better. So I'm just going to, I study and I learn and I research and I will find what's going to make it better all the time. I'm never satisfied.
Yeah.
A part of that's my ADHD too. I need the adrenaline kick of something that I need to learn.
Something shake me up.
Yeah, something to shake me up. I'm not a really mundane. I am not a routine rut person.
Yeah.
I can't do the
I'm
rut.
learning to not be one. I dabble in so many different things. I'm constantly busy. And I can't complain.
No,
I cannot complain. I love it, and I appreciate where I'm at in the things that I'm doing. And this project right here is just something that is so fulfilling and rewarding at the same time.
Right. I completely agree. So tell the people out there what you do. You don't have to go into details like who you work for or anything, but like what do you do as a non-broadcaster?
As a non-broadcaster. I am in the storage auction industry. I'm a licensed and bonded and insured auctioneer.
Oh, can you give our audience a sample? You're going to auction off that Gurl
Well,
TauX
I can
cup
for $25. You want to open up the bid at $25? Do I have a $25 bid over here? 25 over there? 25? You guys are making me go in the wrong way. 25 now 30? Now 30? Do I have a $35 bid? $35 bid. Wink, wink. No, you know how many times I get asked that all the time.
I bet, and that's probably really hard. That's I threw you on the spot there, but
That's okay.
while I was doing that, and you were starting it there, I was thinking honestly, that's like someone asking a comedian, tell a joke. Tell me a joke right now.
You're a surgeon, really? Show me what you can do.
Can you sew this up real quick for me?
Yeah, I got a little bit of lipo right here.
Yeah, can you do this real fast for me? And people go like, what do you on crack?
Well, here I have a QR code. Just scan it.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, so I do that, and I also manage a boat and RV storage facility as well. And I think that's all I can say for right now.
That's more than enough. I mean,
And then Gurl TauX.
and then she is the co-host of Gurl TauX.
Yes,
So
thank you very much. Shameless plug. Get it right here.
yeah, she's the D of the T.
The D of the T.
The D of the DT. Oh, it's too funny.
When we were tossing the idea of the name around, we're like, well, does it TD sound better? And when you say it fast, it was titty.
Yeah,
It
was titty.
talk.
Titty.
Titty talks.
Titty talks. And we're like,
We might not be in the 13 and over category on the podcast.
No, then let's just
Titty talks.
yeah, it was, if we had a recording of us going around and round of names and what we wanted to call ourselves and stuff, and I think it would be quite amusing. And then I came up with the Gurl And I came up with DT TauX, and then I came up with the Gurl, and she's like, well, why don't we just do Gurl TauX with your TauX? Because it's unique. You want something unique that's going to be catchy that people will catch on to, just like our theme song that we played there in the beginning. I wrote that so that it got all the things that we wanted to portray in what our show is going to be about. And I like the words. I like the slogan. I like the name. And it just so happened that nobody's ever used it before. So
It was available.
It was available on everything. So that that tells us to remind you, you can follow us on all the socials, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We have a Facebook group. You can join our Facebook group, and we talk about different things, and we try to work things out with people if they have something that they want to discuss. It's a private group, so you do have to join. We're also on Rumble. We're also on Truth Social. And what else are we on? We're on all of them. The only one that we did not put our thing on,
Which TikTok.
No, we're on TikTok, but
okay.
The only thing I didn't was Snapchat, because I honestly do not like Snapchat. I think it's a disgusting social media platform for children, because anything that you have out there that you put out, the minute you close it, it's gone, it's disappeared. I think that's disgusting for children, and I think children shouldn't even be allowed to be on that.
So they don't have an age restriction?
No.
Oh.
That, and if I send you a snap and you open it and look, say it's a nude picture, the minute you close it, it's gone. So as a parent, come and take your phone and look through your social media, I can find whatever you've got in the other stuff, but I can't find what you have been doing on Snapchat.
Why is there not being something done about this?
I think there's people out there that are trying to get something done about it, but I'm not sure if you're aware, but it's something that just recently I watched a news report about it, because it's called sextortion. And I've asked a few people, are you aware of what sextortion is? And they go, well, yeah, a lot of kids are sexting, and they're sending pictures of each other, and I'm like, no, that's not what this is. And I watched a program about it, and what they're doing is they're Snapchatting, and then a cute girl will come on and talk to them and flirt with them and get them to like them, and then convince them to send them a nude pic. And then once they get it, the next message back is, I'm not a 13-year-old girl you've been talking to. I'm so-and-so. Send me $1,500, or I'm sending this to your parents. So they're extorting them.
Wait, they were asking money from the child?
Yep.
But where would a child come up with that much money?
They assume that they'll get it somehow, because they're shopping at Sephora. So
well, I don't know. Have you seen some of those videos? Those smash and grab.
Those are pretty. A lot of the things out there are scary. What's going on with kids? So they're extorting them for money to keep them from telling their parents about it.
Well, let me pay you $3 a week out of my allowance.
Yeah, like one kid, he was paying the guy like $35 a week. And I don't know how he was getting $35 a week, but he was getting $35 a week. This is a kid named Tommy. I cannot remember his last name. God help you and God bless you, your family. But he killed himself in their front yard with a gun. He was
the child being exploited.
Yeah.
How did he get a gun?
That part I don't know. I think he got it from the family gun.
Damn.
But what they were able to find was that he was in the family car in the driveway for hours scrolling on his phone, and they could see that he was doing that, at least on his phone. They didn't know what he was scrolling, what he was seeing. It took them months after his death to get his phone unlocked, to see what he was doing and the hidden things on his phone. And they have like a hidden folder that you can disguise so that they can hide pictures or hide what they don't want their parents to see in it, and it looks like something else. So it's really sad. But and then there was a 17-year-old high school kid. He killed himself. That was the one that was told to pay $1,500, and it was, if you don't pay this, we're going to tell your parents. And he responded back to the person, I'm going to kill myself. And the person responded, good, you better hurry. So they're deliberately trying to, one, either get these kids to pay money or to kill themselves. And they have no care or concern that that's happening to them. And there's at least 3 or 4 cases that I just recently came across about this. And it's like, so, I mean, that was a long explanation of why we're not going to have our channel on Snapchat. But
That was like 3 minutes.
that was 3 minutes of why we're not going to be on Snapchat. But for those out there that never heard of it, or if you have children, you know, I mean, the kid Tommy that killed himself, he was 13.
Wow.
And he had gotten caught with some kind of inappropriate something on his phone prior to this. His mom took his phone away for like 2 months, and then he got it back. And it was, if you get caught again, you're going to lose your phone. So they're more concerned with losing their phone than their life. And that
Phones
is
have been very
so sad that we've gotten to a point that we can't set our phones down. We can't put them down and have social without a phone. But he was more concerned with that. But she didn't know about this. And I think parents need to be aware of it so you can tell your kid, hey, if I catch you doing this, you're going to get in trouble. But if someone ever gets you to send something and then asks you for money, sure, you sent something inappropriate you shouldn't have. But if they asked you for money, you just come straight to me and I'll handle it, because that's somebody doing something really bad and it's not your fault. You know, you fell into a trap and that's all that was. And, you know, don't harm yourself to protect you from, because obviously if you're dead, we're still going to find out what was going on.
It was really, really scary. I mean, I recall my daughter, her dad and I, when we contemplated on whether or not we should get our daughter a phone when she was younger, because all her friends had it. And, you know, social media is very cruel.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah. I don't like the whole filter thing. I'm just so not into filters. And
you mean the filters that go over your face to make you look
because
better?
If children have access to that as well, then they're able to look different than what they really are, and I think it really sets themselves up to be possibly put in danger.
I don't like the filters in.
Well, I don't like filters either.
in a couple different ways. Like, I don't like wearing a pair of pants that have a butt lift in it. I think that's ridiculous. I mean,
I would be so self-conscious all day wearing a pair of pants.
A push-up bra is one thing, because when you take the bra off, there's still some kind of boob there. But, you know, if you're using complete prosthetics, I mean, you've got fake eyelashes. You've got lifts that can lift your eyebrows up. It's that tape that you can put on to pull your face back. And then you can have extensions in your hair. You can have the ones that just clip into your hair. So at the end of the day, you can just literally, you know, those ones that have like a little band inside.
Yeah.
So have you seen those videos where they are all done up and then they take it off?
The Chinese ladies that
they take everything off and their nose.
But see, in the world of technology today, I still can't believe anything. And those makeup tutorials, when these people are starting out with this beautiful, fresh, glowing skin already, I'm thinking, is that your real skin that you're starting with, or is that really a filter?
Well, yeah, even the ads. When you see the ads about getting rid of acne, and then all of a sudden it's nice and blurry and perfect skin, I'm like, it's fake. It's not even real at all. And people are buying it because, oh, look what it did to them. It didn't do anything to them because that was a filter.
Yeah,
it was fake.
Have you been a sucker on something like on Marketplace or Facebook that you saw a commercial, an ad for? Have you ever bought anything?
I have. I have.
I was a sucker for this mascara once that they swear to God the eyelashes would go this long. And it took me so long to get the damn thing. By the time I finally got it, my energy was already exhausted by making sure I at least got something that I paid for.
Yeah.
You know, but I've been burned like twice on
now there
other
are
products.
some things like Ladange or Lejean. I don't know.
Is that makeup foundation?
No, it's hair.
Oh, okay.
It was a curling iron I bought from an ad I saw on Facebook. Now, because I got burned that once or twice, maybe 3 times, I don't know, on other things. Now when I see something and I'm like, ooh, that's really cool, I go to Amazon and see if it's available.
Yeah.
I go to their actual website to see if it's a real place
and how much it costs.
And see how much it costs on that website versus what the ad is on Facebook. I go and see if they have an affiliate program, because the affiliate program might mean that they do have these people doing the ads. I do a little back research now because I have been burned, like I said, once, twice, maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
What's that saying? Burn me once, burn me twice.
And the last one, shame on me.
Shame on me.
You, yeah.
So I'm already past the shame on myself part. But now I research that. And I can't remember what the brand name is now. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And I bought it at the discounted price from the Facebook ad that I got. I did follow the link after I did my little research, and I ordered the curling iron, one of the best curling irons I ever have had. I absolutely love it. It has a couple little flaws that they can fix over time, just little things like where the buttons are. It's very easy to accidentally turn down the heat, and you didn't even know you did, and you're like, why is it not curling as good as it was when I started? But those are easy fixes that they'll probably figure out over time. Now I have their blow dryer, and best blow dryer I've ever had in my life.
Positive reviews are always really good to try to do.
I don't think I have.
As well as negatives, so they know how to improve.
Yeah. You have to give the positives as well as the negatives. And then let's see, what else have I? Oh, one of the things that I got.
I'm worried for you.
I'm gonna
die. What was it?
This was years ago, but I bought one of those things that has like the little belt you pull on, and you put this cream on underneath, and you wear it. It's like looks like a girdle type of thing, but it's just a slip on.
Okay.
And this cream that you put on underneath of it is supposed to activate, and you can wear it for 15 minutes, a half hour, or something like that, and it's supposed to activate the fat cells to burn the fat and get the fat off. And I bought it.
You bought this?
I bought it years ago, and I used it for religiously. Every day.
You want a subscription trial?
I used it every day for at least like 6 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And it took that long to figure it out.
Well, I mean, it's like, okay.
I know it's not going to happen
It's
overnight.
not going to do overnight. You got to be consistent. You got to do things, if you're going to start working out at the gym, you got to do it every day, or at least, 3 times a week. And you got to do it all the time, and you got to do it for at least a month before you're going to see.
So what were your results at the end of your...
I think I was the same. I might have lost a little bit because the thing that it did that wasn't part of the advertising is I would put it on and it would kind of suck in a little bit. So I would go and do my workout program. Because I had it on, I was like, okay, I'm in that mindset. I'm in the groove of wanting to lose weight or look better.
It got you exercising.
So it got me moving. It got me doing something, but its effect of what it was supposed to do, I'm pretty sure was nothing.
Oh, man, I hope you didn't spend more than $40.
No, I think it was like $40.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that expensive, but I, there's been a few things where I've been suckered into getting that I know after the fact I shouldn't have. My mom will come down quite often and she'll say, I saw this ad for this thing and these gummies for weight loss and, talk about who she saw. And I'm like, those are fake, Mom. Those are fake. Jennifer McCarthy or Jennifer Aniston or whoever they put on there, they didn't use that. They have a personal trainer.
Yeah, a chef.
They are not using those
Plastic
gummies.
surgeons.
Yeah, those gummies you're seeing around or whatever other pill that they're trying to sell. They're using fake stuff to get you
If
to
you think
buy
about
into
it, they've been advertising that type of marketing strategy for so long. Remember, like that Dexatrim?
Oh, yeah,
or my favorite, Anna Nicole Smith, Trin Spa, baby.
Oh yeah.
But now with these filters and AI, you don't know what's real.
Yeah.
I second guess everything.
Yeah, I agree with you. You can't. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I wrote the music for our show, but I used AI to make the music.
I mean, I know what you did wasn't easy.
No, but doing it the way I did it, there is creative rights to it because I actually wrote the music or I wrote the lyrics. I put it together. I went through hundreds of examples before I found one that I actually liked, and I had to go through a lot of things to get it to where
very time consuming.
It was very time consuming, and I did put a lot of creativity into getting it done and doing it correctly. But I'm not a musician, and I can't sing. Like, you do not want me to sing. If you want me to sing, it's because you're trying to find where the cats are, because now the cats will come and find me and my squalling.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so you don't want that. But I did you that song. In fact, I will play it for you because it's really funny. Because did I play you the one about the cats on that I did when I was fiddling around with it?
Yes.
Yeah, 7 Little Cats.
Yes.
Now that one I just put the couple little words of 7 cats, mama, teaching kittens, hunting mice, and human mama getting upset. I think that's like all I put in there. And it wrote a song for that. So I figured our first debut, we'd be a little bit longer than our hour anyway. So this gives us something to discuss and something to talk about. So I'll play that if you want. It's quite entertaining,
well,
actually.
for those, just to get everybody up to speed, I have an awesome cat. Well, she's a hoe. She decided to go out and meet somebody and come back knocked up. She had 7 kittens. 7. They were born on Mother's Day, and they're all adorable. And no, I'm not keeping them all, hopefully. But anyways, she likes to go out into the field and come back with her presents. And the most that I woke up to one morning was 18 dead mice scattered throughout the floor of my house. So that was the premise. They now they all like to hunt, and now I have no more mice in my home ever again because they'll catch them and they'll find them and they'll bring them to me.
Yeah, they bring you all the little presents. And
The presents aren't so bad when they're intact, but I do get a couple that are missing a head or in some cases half their body. And then I wonder, did you eat the other half or
Where's
am I going
the
to find
rest of
it
it?
someplace else? Because
now I'm not sure what the sound on this one is because I just selected one. But here's what it came up with. I did add the word meow in my description.
Mama cat got 7 little ones, gotta teach them how to hunt. Human mama's face goes pale when she sees the bed of tails. Meow, meow. In the night we prowl, we creep, teaching kittens not to sleep. Tiny paws and little strides, into shadows we all glide. Meow, meow. Learn to hunt, my little ones. Find the mice and have your fun. Don't leave gifts at mama's door. We gotta live here just once more.
So the fact that I was able to put a few little key phrases or words or telling it what I want to talk about or want the song to sound like, and it came up with those lyrics on its own, the music, and put it all together.
I would feel scared for people coming to
as
Hollywood.
As a musician, because it
You know how much cheaper it would be for record label companies
to
and
just make up
producers
their stuff
just
that
to
they
do that?
want.
They would have absolutely. I mean, they wouldn't be able to.
Now, the
benefit.
things that I really disagree with, and I did not, I paid for the one that we're using, and it's because I want to write my own lyrics and come up with some of our stuff. I would love to see some of the things that people do end up just for a writer. I think this is a great avenue for a writer to get something where they could hear what it should sound like to a musician. My song that we'll
a
play
great
at the
idea.
very, very end, I put a lot of work into this song, and we will be playing it at the end of our show. But I would love for that to get to somebody that actually could produce it, and for a writer, I've been a writer for a long time. I've written many songs. I've written many lyrics. I've written many poems, which realistically, most lyrics are a poem first. They're musicians quite often write the lyrics and the music together. They're kind of coming up with it. But I've done that for years and years and years. But I don't have the talent to do the music and the singing. And in order for it to get to someone, for them to hear it, a lot of them, you have to go to open mic night, let them hear in Nashville. I'm not that far from Nashville, and we go to Nashville quite often. But that's how the musicians get found, is by going to the bars and playing, going and cutting demos and sending them out so that they can get somebody to produce their song.
Yep.
And
Or like Mariah Carey and Tommy Mottola, my demo tape.
yeah, so for somebody like
gotta do
me,
what you gotta do,
Yeah,
boo.
exactly. So for somebody like me that can write really well, I don't have the way to make the music so that somebody would ever even hear it. So for that purpose, I don't see it being a problem. But for people that are going to use it to actually be a musician, you're not a musician.
Yeah.
I will never claim to be a musician because I wrote this song. But the other one that I really, really disagree with, and I didn't join this one because honestly, I didn't think it sounded that good, and
What's that?
I didn't want to pay for it. But they have the ability for you to put in the artist that you want it to sound like.
Yes.
I think that's disgusting.
I don't like that either. I've heard a couple of commercials which they disclose that they are AI. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm listening to Jennifer Lopez talking.
Yeah.
Or actually, it was Taylor Swift.
There is there's a song that came out that was Drake, And there are now like petitions for Drake to make the song because it was better than Drake.
Oh man.
And this is like stuff I'm watching happening, and it goes like, where are we going that I can make a song that sounds like Eminem because I just put in and most of them are people that they are not right. The person who did this one admitted they did not even write the lyrics. They put the prompts in, and they put the artist they wanted it to sound like, and AI produced the entire thing, and then they put it out, and it's one of the most listened to ones out there. And obviously now they're trying to get Drake to actually make it, but
That's crazy.
That's crazy to me.
I was listening to podcast radio one afternoon, and there was a question that was being asked. I think it was to Jay Shetty. I was listening to him. And he was asked about possibly AI being used to run for offices, government offices. And he was asked, well, how do you predict how can that be done? And they said, well, they can be fair, but, oh God, I'm going to have to research it. But I just don't like all this technology stuff. I don't.
The idea of letting technology take over so much is a little scary.
Somebody has to teach it.
Somebody has to teach it that
people
knowledge.
Make mistakes.
But the other thing is, it is taking away from actually hardworking Americans that need the work. I mean, you go to a grocery store now.
The self-checkout.
Self-checkout. We went to Dunkin' Donuts the other day.
Hated it.
It was a horrible experience in the aspect of, I like to talk to a human. When I am ordering my food, I like to talk to a human to where I can say, can you add a tomato to that? They can add a tomato. And if they don't have a button to add a tomato, they can say, I'll charge you for an added cheese. And then she can say, hey, can you put a tomato on there? That cheese is a tomato, that kind of thing. But you can't do that when you're talking to a kiosk. And you got to push the buttons in, and maybe I want a little extra this, or maybe and if it's not an option, you can't do it.
Right.
And
especially, God forbid, you get to that part where you have to add any additional comments, because darn well they're not going to read it anyways. So if you were to say, can you please grill my onions?
They're not going to read it. And, so the kiosk, now a part of that though, is when you got employees that, in my opinion, when you're working at, and anything on this show, by the way, disclaimer, is my opinion and my opinion only. It is not fact. It is Donna's opinion. And Donna's, you go ahead and say your disclaimer, Donna.
Well, I was just going to say ditto.
Yeah, because I am so tired of
what she said.
Why do you think you're right? Well, it's my opinion. It's only my opinion. But my opinion is jobs at like McDonald's or those kind of places, and the dogs sound like they're going crazy up there.
I know. You must go investigate.
There must be somebody up there delivering a package or something.
Oh.
But if you're demanding that you get $20 an hour to flip a burger at McDonald's, this is the outcome. I'm going to let you talk for a second. Go see what the dogs are freaking out.
Yeah, and I don't like also the mobile ordering. And was it last week? Took the grandkids to Six Flags, and again, it constantly required using our phone. I just wanted to know if Gianna was going to be tall enough to ride the next roller coaster, but rather than going all the way up to the end of the ride to see if she's within that guideline frame for the measurements. No, just look on the app and see if it's available. Do you know, it took me 15 minutes, and that was 15 minutes of standing in line just to find out she couldn't ride the ride, and it's so frustrating. And I love to take pictures when I'm at the amusement parks, and the majority of my battery was being used for directions because they don't produce maps. They don't produce maps anymore. Everything is on your phone, and COVID just really, I know that technology needs to advance, but the way it's utilized, it's not always as efficient, I think, as just getting a map. And I don't even like reading maps as it is anyways, but, I like to have a paper map just in case. When half of my phone juice is being used because I'm trying to log in and do time weights and all that, I'm not really liking that. So I'm just wondering, does anybody else feel the same way? Do you feel that maybe just too much phones? Like I said, I'd love to take pictures. Absolutely love to take pictures. But yeah, I do want to put the phone away sometime. And in my downtime, I don't want to have to sit there and try to figure out where the heck I'm going. So anyways, looks like Tori's getting some packages. Got the UPS man doing some deliveries out here. So last night, I'm recovering here, and she has a pool, the most amazing pool. It's a saltwater pool. And so we went swimming at nighttime. I feel this is the southern, this is not all the way to the south, but I'm in Alabama. I had to look on a map to see where it is. But it's so beautiful, and can't wait to get out and explore the area and see what's in store for me out here. But I go back on Saturday, and then it's back to the real world. So anyways, just to recap a little bit more about where we're at in our journeys. Today is marking my 2-year sobriety date, so I'm very excited about this. Every day is a new day for me, and I just appreciate all the opportunities that have been provided to me, and I always feel like there's good karma out there, and this is my good karma. So, Tori, we're back. Do we have any presents from the UPS man?
We do.
We do. What kind of presents did we get?
I think there's at least one that's some candy that my mom ordered, some old nostalgic candy.
Ooh.
She was going, I want some Abba Zabbas. So we ordered a box.
Just great for dental work.
Yeah. That stuff's great for dental work. And I don't remember what else she ordered, but a couple things. So hopefully her hangers came, because I'm trying to organize her closet and I ran out of hangers. So
Now, I thought I had asked you this earlier. Did you get the velvet hangers or?
Oh yes, I got.
Oh wait, you told me that they were the smaller ones, but you didn't say if they were velvet or not.
I got the plain velvet ones for the actual, like hangers for shirts and dresses and stuff like that, and then I got the ones that go in like a weird design that are just for pants.
The pants. Yeah.
And I think those were like metal with a rubber sheath around it.
That's good. I converted my closet. I got rid of all my plastic hangers. Oops, I keep doing that. All my plastic hangers, and got the really fancy velvet ones.
Yeah.
And I'm not liking them. I mean, I like them, the fact that the clothes don't fall off the hanger. I don't like that I can't just pull the shirt off real quick.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't like that it takes me longer to hang them up either.
And if you pull too hard, they just break. They just snap right off really quick and really easy. So they're good and bad at the same time. You kind of have to have more space in your closet so you have plenty of space to pull them out. And I don't have that. I have a lot of crammed stuff in my closet because I have a very full closet. I do follow the get rid of it.
I still have the plastic hangers because I'm such a hoarder.
I have some. I want them all to be the same because I do have that OCD part of it. But there's
have to be the same.
But there's a cost to just throwing them away and replenishing with the new ones. So
are the new ones the same color?
No, because they didn't have the same color
Oh,
available.
see,
That's what's always hard
that
unless you just start from scratch and say, okay, I need 300 hangers, and I'm ordering 300 hangers all in the same color. You go, excuse me, you go and you buy a pack. And the last time I bought them, I think I bought 40 or 50.
Yeah.
And they were still the same type of hanger, but they were two different colors. One was like a cream and one was like a light green, because they didn't have two of the same one at all in the store. And I was at a store, I was at Ross. So I had to get what they had there. And then now the ones online I could have ordered, but I mean, they're not cheap.
All right.
So
it adds up.
Just to buy them to replace the ones that are in there when they're perfectly functioning.
It doesn't justify the cost.
It really doesn't justify. So what I'm going to do when I finally finish my mom's closet is she has a rack that's on this side, and then one that's in the back, and then a lower one in the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually have each rack is the same color, because I know I have enough of them to take all of these ones and put them there. That's why I bought the pant ones. So everything that's pants that are on one of the other hangers will go on the other ones.
I have like a pack of odd colored velvet ones as well. And with my OCD, I'm thinking, what am I going to do? So all the odd colored ones, I hung up my work shirts. But see, what happens if I get another work shirt? And now I don't have another off-colored one. So, I mean, that is the type of crisis. That's the crisis that I invite into my life. When I'm having a hard time deciding what flavor coffee should I brew this morning versus do I need another work shirt? Because if I do, I'm going to have to buy a whole pack of 36 hangers. And what the hell am I going to do with 36 hangers? Because I only really need one, which would leave me 35, which is an odd number.
Well, then you have to go shopping.
I can't have an odd number. So, I mean, that is the stress I want to have.
Do you, when you fill your gas tank, do you have to have it on the even number?
No, but
I
will look from now on. No, see, because when I get gas, I fill up. I completely fill up.
I do too, but then I will tap it until I will do the overfill just until it gets to the 0.
But what if it stops at like 12 cents? So you're going to try to get another 82 or 86 cents.
Now,
or
I'm
whatever
okay if it gets to the 50. I'll only do that to the 50. It has to be 50 or it has to be 00. I cannot do that.
I don't like it to be at a random off change. I do like to round up to 25. It drives me nuts when I'm at 25.01.
Yeah.
Freaking drives me nuts.
And then I go, oh my God, I am not going to be able to get 99 cents more in here. Sometimes you can, though.
I know. Well, my last dilemma is that normally I will use my card to pay so I can get points, even though it costs more to use a debit or a credit card where I'm at in California.
Yeah, they
gas
charge
is
to
$5
use the debit.
plus.
And,
you know.
35
And
more cents if you use a debit card.
Yeah, out here we passed a gas station. We passed Chevron, and it was $2.91.
Yeah, $2.91
at Chevron. Okay, Chevron is
Chevron's
always like 50
expensive.
cents more, at least on an average. So it is crazy.
Yeah, like Steve usually gets gas somewhere between $2.65 and $2.80 is what he usually pays for gas. It's definitely. That goes back to a few of the other things about moving out here to the South. Now, we do have a little bit higher taxes in this county for other things, like our going shopping, your stuff that you buy at Walmart or whatever. I think it's like 9%.
Okay,
or
it's around
8.5%, 9%. And we do have, but our property taxes is way lower than California. And and we do have state tax. We were from Nevada before. Even though I'm a California girl, I did move here from Nevada and lived in Nevada since 2004. So Nevada has no state tax. But people don't pay attention. Property tax is really high, and shopping is high. Gas is really high because of the tax. So you're taxed at other places. You just don't have state tax on your income, but you're paying it elsewhere. Yeah. And the reason for that in Nevada is because they have so much gaming that the gaming is supposed to compensate for the state tax, because the gaming gets taxed a lot for the state too. And that's part of our infrastructure and stuff like that. That's what that tax money goes to from the casinos. But, so there have been those changes here, but you've seen our house and our property. We couldn't touch that in the state of Nevada, or unless maybe you're in Elko or something, Winnemucca. I don't even think you could touch that in Winnemucca. But what we have here, we couldn't touch in California anywhere.
No,
nowhere in the state. Not without
what
millions.
You paid for this would get you a studio in a building that's probably 100 years old in Oakland. I'm serious. It's, the cost of houses where I'm at is insane, completely insane.
Yeah, we couldn't touch what we have here. It would be millions, not a million. It would be millions.
Oh, easily.
To have what we have here versus there. And the prices here right now are a little higher than they were then, or shortly after we bought our house. They're going up again. But they were up, and then they went down a little bit, and now they're going back up again. So you can, there is something to the moving out here, but also politically, I'm middle of the road. I fall under a conservative Republican voting wise, but my beliefs are really more middle ground. And you find a lot more middle ground people out here than I have found in the West right now. The West is, it's polarized one or the other.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, we haven't really been out yet, so I haven't seen, other than our trip to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. It's different. I need to take you downtown to show you what our downtown looks like. Our cute little downtown. It's like old Sacramento.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like.
Does it have train road? Never mind.
Or
train
old
tracks.
Or old Auburn. It does. It has train tracks right through the middle of town. But it's a cute little town. I really like it, and there's a lot of different things here that you're not used to. That is more common.
And you shared with me yesterday about liquor. You cannot buy liquor in stores. Not in a grocery store, not in Costco.
Nope. You have to buy it in a liquor store, a designated liquor store. And even Costco has its liquor store, but it is Costco, and then separate to Costco on the side of Costco is a second store, and it's their liquor store. So you have to go into Costco, buy your stuff, leave Costco, go out and go into their liquor store. Is your phone ringing?
Yeah, I didn't think I had it, so that's why I'm like, what?
I was like, I thought maybe it was in your room.
Yeah, I apologize.
That's okay. So you have to go to a designated liquor store, and it does close earlier. It's not like we're used to back home where you can pretty much get it all the time, especially in Nevada, 24 hours.
Yeah, no matter where you're at.
No matter where you're at. But gambling's the same way. You can gamble in the grocery store. You can gamble at the gas station. I
always wonder that when I go into the grocery stores. Does anybody ever really just go to sit and gamble at the gas station?
I have seen people that do, and I'm like,
I always think they're just got some change in your hand from
throw it in real quick as you're
see if
leaving.
you win and you win anything.
But no, I've seen people just sitting in there. Same thing with the casino. It's a little miniature casino in the grocery store. Like you go into it and it's got a cashier guy in there or gal or whatever.
Yeah.
And they will smoke in there. And I'm like, how can you do that? Like, how can you do that? Because there's a door. Now, was a few that I noticed before we moved there that they had actual doors that shut, and you had to they had to open for you to walk in because they smoked in there while they're gambling. So basically, you're going into a smoke pit because you walk in there and it's like and I'm not a smoker, so I don't care for the smell hugely. Like if one person's smoking, I can kind of like, okay, it's not that big a deal. But I wouldn't walk. That was my biggest disgust of walking through a casino. Well, my husband, we gambled very, very rarely, very little. We might take $20, and while we were waiting for our table at a restaurant, we would chose to go to in the casino because they did have good restaurants. A lot of them do.
Back in the day.
And we that you are planning to actually go lose that money. If you go in with the mindset that
I don't have that mindset.
Well, I go in with the mindset that I am losing that money, and if
this is what I'm willing to lose.
That's what I meant. I am going in with I have $20 to spend. If I come out above the $20, great, but I'm not going to go get more. Mm-hmm. That is what I have to spend. I have a budget of $20. And we have gone in there a few times where like we each have $40. You know, we have enough to spend $80. And I think the most we've ever done is 100, where he got 50 and I got 50.
You're so disciplined.
Because we've never gone by ourselves. We've always been together. And he takes his 20 or his 40 or his 50 and he goes to his part of the casino and I go to mine because I have a specific game I like to play, and it's the only one I like to play, and he likes to play like the ones that do like blackjack or
like video poker.
Yeah, poker games. Okay. I don't like those. I like the fishing ones, and ones. I see you do the pig one a lot.
Yes.
But
I like bacon.
But the difference is this girl wins. I hate her. I hate her bad because she will go like, look, or she'll send me the video of her winning, and I'm like, okay, I think the most I've ever won is like $200 or $300, and she'll send me, I won, and it's $1,600, and it's $700, and it's, I'm like, oh, fuck you.
I do good. I do good. And I've also done bad.
Now, are you disciplined with your budget on what you're allowing yourself to gamble?
I hadn't been. There are some times where I hit the machine a couple because it's chasing that high. Yeah. You know, I the way that I justify it is that I use the term parlay. I can parlay $20 and into $2,000 so quickly. But I will lose it in half the time it took to get it. And then I tell myself, well, I did it the first time. I might take me just a little bit more longer, so I'll feed another 20. Okay. Well, it takes more than 20. Here's another 20. Wait, okay, now $50 bills are bad luck, so I'm going to give you just another 20, and that's it. And then before I know it, that 2,000, I put it all back.
Yeah.
You know, so
But you didn't use 2,000 to...
No.
It's just what you want. But so are you pretty disciplined on the amount you're willing to use for the night?
I'm getting better.
You're getting better.
Getting better. Because I don't ever start with my own money. I start with their money.
Okay.
I have my free play. So
and you
it's
start
like,
with the free play.
oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
And there's been quite a few times where you're like, I think the last one was like $600 and something on their free play.
Yeah.
You didn't put any of your own money in at all.
Those are the best wins. So I've been trying to like discipline myself enough to where as soon as I hit, if I'm playing on free play, and as soon as I get to $100 or more, I will cash out that portion and set that aside and continue playing off my free play until the free play ends out, and then whatever I end up with is what I won. That's all free money to play with.
Right, right.
So either, depending on what I have after the end of my free play session, either I can have a good chunk of change or enough just to keep me playing.
Yeah. So do you feel like this is exchanging one addiction for another?
It is.
Yeah, okay.
It is. I'm completely aware of that.
But the difference, and I'm not justifying it, and I'm not saying it's okay or it's not okay.
I know what I tell myself.
But the difference is, well, I mean, this is sort of a justification, but where I justify it and I don't judge you for it for sure. I'm not a judgy person on any aspect, but when you are gambling, the only person you can hurt is yourself.
Oh, heck yeah.
You're not
going
going
some creditors.
True.
If I owe any money.
But I mean,
I can't pay the bills if I don't have money.
You aren't going to kill a kid gambling.
No.
By, running them over.
No.
You're not going to kill a family of 4 on your way there home because you were drinking to get there or drinking to go home.
Uh-uh.
So now, how do you handle the prominence of free liquor free drinking while you're gambling?
Well, in California, the drinks aren't free.
Oh, okay.
You do have to pay for them.
So in Nevada, they are, but in California, they're not.
Yeah.
And you go to an Indian casino?
Mm-hmm. What is free is soda and water and coffee.
Okay.
If you want a cocktail, then you pay for that.
Okay.
And they stop serving it to, I'm assuming might be 1:30. I don't know. Don't call me on that. I don't care. I don't drink. It doesn't apply to me.
So being that you're really about the gambling and getting the win, you're all about the free soda or free water.
Actually, well, I will get, if I'm there late, I will grab a coffee. I will get coffee. Other than that, I'm not a soda drinker. Every once in a while, I'll love to have some carbonation. Like I had a soda last night. But most of the time when I'm gambling, it will be, I have an energy drink with me or my water, and I wear earbuds. I'm not a very social person when I gamble. I'm focusing. I'm there with mission. I'm manifesting that big number up there.
Yeah. So you put your headphones on, you listen to some music and some tunes, and you just
that I consider this like that's me time.
Yeah, now,
my uninterrupted me time.
You usually go after work when you have the spare time to go. Now, how far away is it for you?
The place that I like to go to is about an hour away.
Okay, so
but see, the thing is that when you have good wins at various casinos, their comps, which they're complimentary items. I get gifts. I have trips. I get hotel comps. I have free play money comps. I have dining comps.
Yeah, I think we talked about the next trip you get. We're gonna do a Girl TauX trip.
Yeah,
we're gonna actually turn it into a show while we're out.
It'll be fun.
Because I mean, why not take the trip? They're gonna get it, and utilize that to promote our show out.
I know. Sounds good to me. It's a win-win.
Who knows?
We love free.
We have travel equipment, so we can do it.
Yeah, well, I find out that when I gamble at all these different properties, as soon as I'm in their system as somebody that has won big, they battle for my business.
Right.
And so my gifts keep getting better and better, and my rewards are more and more. I mean, I had a free night the other night at a place called Cash Creek, and so my dad and his girlfriend are visiting, and so I set them up in one of the rooms that I got. I had never been there before, and so I met them there.
And you didn't have to pay for the room?
No, nothing.
That's so sweet.
Well, when I got there, I mean, this is the first time they've given me a room comp, and so I've never stayed at their property before, and I was really excited to see what the room looked like. So I met my dad and his girl there and checked them in, and they told me down that they upgraded me to a junior suite. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, really?
Oh, that's
a
cool.
I mean, it couldn't have been more perfect. For one, it was a gift to my dad and his girl, so they had a really nice room to be in,
Right,
you know.
right.
And then I gave him some money and said, "Go have fun. You can have my free play. You can go get a nice meal." And so I'm glad that they really, really deserve
That's
it.
really kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have like 10 minutes left. In the last 5 minutes, I am going to play, well, not the last 5 minutes. It's a 4-minute song. But I'm going to play our song at the very end. But before, you don't have to read the card, but you do have to get the gift that's in the card out.
Okay.
You don't have to read the card, you can, because that's private.
Are you like me, where I can't leave a card store in stock? I've read every single card.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the one that makes me cry is the one that I
That's the
needed
one
to
that
get.
I wanted to get. And then I also, I collect my cards. I keep them after people have given them
I
to
used
me.
to do that, and I tragically lost them November 17th, 2018.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all right. I got new ones.
So there is something significant to each one of those if you read it. And the funny part is I bought that for you before I ever knew that your anniversary was coming up. Because I forgot how long it had been since you got sober. And I had already bought that for you. And I was like, oh, this is so perfect. So it was in an envelope in that card I sent you. And I got it for you and I took it out of the card. I'm like, nope, she's getting that when she comes here.
Beautiful. And if you can't read it, it says, "Your sobriety is a big deal. I love you. And I'm proud of you." Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's actually, I don't go to AA. It just wasn't for me. But this is my first chip.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
So it makes it even more.
Well, I got it because I wanted you to have something you could put in your wallet that when you go somewhere, you can pull it out anytime for.
That's what she said. Sorry.
So you could have something that reminds you that somebody's in your corner, you know, and when it comes to our friend that we've been dealing with, you know, she may hate us right now and we may be angry at her too right now, but the reality is we're her biggest cheerleaders.
Absolutely.
We're in the background begging her to get to the finish line.
You know, we both have known her for 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
And so this is very, very, very hard for us to watch someone that we both love so dearly go through this. And by any means, it's not easy. And we know that we need to set boundaries for ourselves. And some people's boundaries have been met. And but that's okay. It's all part of learning who yourself
Now, that
is.
ring, take that ring off and read what's underneath on the inside.
I have glasses on, but I'm still blind as a bat.
I can read it for you. I don't remember what it says, but it says something like,
I see the F word.
yeah, it is the F word.
You're fucking going around someplace. You're
I can't remember.
fucking going, and then I see dots. Am I supposed to read the inside?
I think it's getting it, or just keep fucking going. I think that's what it says. Just keep
that would
fucking
make sense.
going.
Which explains the
Why it
ability
moves
that
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of around, there's a friend of mine that I want to shout out to. Her name is Ellen. Hi, Ellen. And if you're listening, this just made me actually think of her because she was a ex-coworker of mine, one of the ones that set boundaries when it came to my drinking, and we no longer speak. But I always reminded her on July 11th that it was Free Slurpee Day.
Yeah.
But this ring reminded me, she also did, she cut out a little circle on a piece of paper, and we were in the billing department of the company that we worked for, and so people were constantly asking us to do something, and we kept saying, when we get around to it. So she cut out a little circle, and she taped it onto my computer, and this is whenever you get around to it. And so this reminded me of getting around to it.
Well,
so
and not to be, using bad language or whatever, but I do a lot. I love cursing words. But keep fucking going. That's the key to it. It's
right.
It's not you're doing great every moment. It's not you're doing great every day. Just keep fucking going. Keep going the direction you want to go. Keep pushing towards the goal. Keep that goal in your head. And for those of you out there that might have a friend, a loved one, that is going through this, or that you're going through this, know that there are people out there that are willing to help you, willing to talk you through it, willing to be a champion for you. As Donna said, and I did put the camera back at you, she didn't do AA because it didn't jive with her. It didn't work for her reasons, but she's still a success story.
Okay.
So if you can see that, there are many people out there that will judge you. There are many people out there that they think they have the answers, or they're going to tell you, well, you need AA. You have to do this. I'm not bashing AA in any way. For those that it works for, great. Some people it doesn't. So find a different path, find a different way that works for you, and keep fucking going. And if you have somebody that you love, you have somebody that you miss, you have somebody that you're championing for, you have somebody that you want to succeed, then we're here for you. There's other places. If we're not your cup of tea, that's fine. But find something that can help you through it, because it's just, I don't know if it's just, there are different parts of it, but as hard as it is for the person going through the addiction or mental health crisis or sobriety or whatever it is they're going through, there's a whole different side of that for the people that are watching it, for the people who are begging for you to see the light or to come to some understanding. And we are well aware that you cannot do it until you're ready.
I will interject on that part just for a quick second. I totally believe that is true. You can move mountains, you can pull favors, you can do whatever you can do to help your loved one. I'm sorry, the chances of that working is slim when I believe they have to want it for themselves. It's the only way it's going to work for them.
Yeah, and everybody's bottom is not the same. Everybody's bottom is different, and like what we're striving for our friend is just like I'm sure your family and friends were striving for you, and anyone out there too. What you're striving for is bottom to be before it's 6 feet under.
Yeah,
that's the goal. Is it's okay to reach your bottom, just reach it before there's no other option, so that you can keep fucking going.
Absolutely.
So that you can have those joyous moments, so that you can have the smile back, so that you can look and say, look, this is where I was. This is not where I am. I was here, but now I'm here. And I can be a success story for someone else. I personally have not gone through addiction, but I have had to struggle through mental health. I have had to struggle through some very severe depression. And throughout our show, we will get to all those different things, but I've battled suicidal thoughts, uh, very severely. My story of almost committing suicide is a very, very powerful story, and I will eventually talk about that. And I see it as, equally two different things, but they're the same. Why you probably drank is probably the same reason I was feeling the stuff I felt, but I didn't know how to cope, and I didn't know how to deal with it, and I didn't know how to empower myself, and I didn't feel like I was worth anything. And I think those are all the same struggles we all go through, but how can you get better? And in my opinion, disclaimer again, my opinion is the power to succeed and the power to get better is talking about it. If you talk about it, you're going to feel better about it, because the minute you start talking about it to somebody else, they're like, oh my God, girl, I have the same problem.
Exactly.
I've been there myself. And no, I'm not mocking. I just like to use voices, so please don't be offended. But the more you talks about it, the more you can go like, oh my God, I went through this and I went through that.
And that's what I so definitely appreciate about our communication skills, being able to talk with you about things. Sometimes I see things so differently and go, wow, you know what, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
So
you do the same for me. Sometimes I think a certain way, and I'm like, okay, I know what I need to do. I know how to do this. I've got it. I know this. And then I will tell Donna, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And she's like, well, wait, did you think about this? And oh, well, no, I didn't think about that. Okay, so you have somebody that you can battle this thing through with your head. And sometimes there's things I'm feeling that I'm definitely not going to go and talk to my husband about because I don't want to hurt him. So I have Donna to talk to. I have someone that I can share with and just kind of battle back and forth about what is going on in my head or how I can deal with something, and she can give me some insight as to how better to deal with that or how better to say that, because I am an abrasive person. I talk very abrasively on a regular basis, so sometimes I have to think about my words or how I sound.
I do that a lot now more myself.
Yeah.
Very careful with what I say and very selective with my words and very cognizant of what the situation is at that moment.
Well, that comes to mind that I just posted on Girl TauX the other day, or not the other day, but yesterday, I think it was.
It feels like the other day.
I know, it feels like forever ago, but I posted a thing on Girl TauX that was, and it was about that. It was like, what was it? Something about words. I'm trying to find it real quick so I can share it because it actually was really, really good. But it was a powerful saying because we have so much that we all think and go through in our heads and our minds, and sometimes we don't think through what we're saying before we say it.
Yeah.
And
I do that a lot too.
yeah, and sometimes if you stop for just a minute and you actually pay attention to what your words are, you can change what you meant to say. And obviously, I'm not finding it on my thing, so I guess I don't have it. So
It's okay. Another time.
We can share it another day. But I'm going to end our live now with our song because we are at the 2-hour mark. So I'm going to end with this song, and our love goes out to all of you out there. We love you. Let me change that. So we love you. We want you all to thrive and prosper. And I'm going to say my goodbyes, Donna
I don't say goodbye.
Well, just goodbye for this show. We'll see you tomorrow.
I was trying to sound classy there for a second. All right, what I'm going to say now is
I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. And in the words of our dear friend, she'll say, well, shit, motherfucker.
shit down, fucker.
Yeah. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. All right?
We were close, but drifted so far apart.
I don't know where my tissue went.
Once bright eyes, I'm now lost in the dark, trying to reach you, but you're fading, following deeper shadows invading. How my friend, friends for 50 years, can we make it to 52? Oh, no, now since you went down to the tracks, now I can't find you. You used to be my friend. We searched for you in the shadows through the tears we shed. We cried for you in the shadows through the tears we shed. We found you dirty, a bottle in your hand, in the shadows through the tears we shed. In the shadows, tears we shed, 'cause we knew what lay ahead. The bottle held tight in your grip, we saw your light begin to slip. It's like a battle you fought, but you've already lost, when you bought the poison that tore you apart. My sister, I searched for you in the shadows through the tears I shed. I climbed over barbed wire to find you in the shadows through the tears I shed. I found you in your pile of rocks and I hugged you in the shadows through the tears I shed. It's like a battle you fought, but you've already lost, when you bought the poison that tore you apart. My daughter, we flew over the ocean to save you, in the shadows through the tears we shed. We begged you to embrace us, in the shadows through the tears we shed. We had to leave you with deep regret, in the shadows through the tears we shed. It's like a battle you fought, but you've already lost, when you bought the poison that tore you apart. And my mother, we've begged and we've pleaded, in the shadows through the tears we shed. We prayed and we've bargained, in the shadows through the tears we shed. We had to walk away for our own sanity, in the shadows through the tears we shed. It's like a battle you fought, but you've already lost, when you bought the poison that tore you apart. My child, I sent friends to love you, but you turned on them, in the shadows through the tears they shed. I forgave you for the hurts you've caused, in the shadows through the blood I shed. Send you signs there is light in the darkness, but you turn away, yet we all cry, in the shadows through the tears we shed.